I think a very useful way to think about history is the clash between people who want to be left alone and people who won't leave them alone. Those are kind of two of the main groups of people that we have in the world these days. I think there's a lot of divide and conquer out there. A lot of the differences between people are weaponized and used to leverage conflict and fear and fighting. But the only real difference out there is the people who want to mind their own business and the people who won't let them mind their own business. They're the only two groups we really need to be focusing on, and we need to be understanding the agendas, the machinations, the methods, the tactics, and the strategies of the people who won't leave those of us who want to be left alone, right? One of the things that really blew my mind when I started to think very deeply about it, being in a developed country, living in a democracy with a capitalist system, was how I'm not allowed to opt out of it. I'm not allowed to withdraw my consent. I'm not allowed to say, no, thank you, please. I will stop paying into this system. I do not want to use its services. I do not want to use its infrastructure. I will go over here and do my own thing on my own little piece of land. And no, that's not an option. You can't do that. We like this society and this culture and this system is so fantastic that we have to force people to be part of it and participate under threat of imprisonment and violence and financial ruin and debt, slavery, and either get involved in the system and play the game and play by their rules, or you can't really have a particularly good standard of life. You have to either be homeless and go foraging or begging for your meals, or sit outside of Greg's and hope somebody will buy you a sausage roll from time to time. Or you got to go and subsist on handouts from the government, which of course is just money that's been taken from somebody else under threat of imprisonment and financial ruin and homelessness. So you haven't got a lot of options, right? So you're either paying to the system and support it and support the people who position themselves at the top of the system, such as the people who wear funny metal hats and sit on fancy, expensive chairs, and prop up their way of life and their ridiculous levels of luxury and wealth and power, or homeless, begging on the street for a sausage roll, or taking whatever the government will dole out to you, which isn't that much. So when you realize that these are your only options and there's really no way out of it, you start to think, is this really a free and open society? Are we really democratic?